Hello everyone, I'm June and welcome to my channel, Libremer, where I talk about books, readings, science fiction, fantasy, and so on. As you can see, today I wanted to create another video like kind of podcast. I think this is the type of content that I enjoy in doing, enjoy in do how can I say enjoy doing it. That's it. Um, right now I don't have anything to show, so that's why it's another reason. Um, yes, we need to talk. That's the thing. Today I want to talk about a very difficult, complex, very difficult topic because it's something that have been wanting to talk for a long time actually, and it's kind of difficult because I know for sure that Uncle YouTube won't like it. Of course, many people won't like it. I know you will say, June, how dare you? How could you? But I want to talk about this topic because two reasons. The first one is in some way I have to take away or release from what I have inside. And the second reason is because I want to share with you my experience and to know what you think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure which is the answer, but in some way you can leave some comments and share with me what's your thought. And you don't know still what I'm going to talk about, right? But how can I start? Because it's very difficult. It's I forgot the word, but it's like polemic. No, maybe I am inventing a word. I don't know. It's just something that will create some maybe negative feelings towards what I have to say. I don't know. Anyway, let's start. I want to talk about, let's call them books that come from the dark side of the galaxy. Just to make it just to make it sound soft. But what I mean to say, I want to talk about those books that are not original, and the type of book I'm talking about, right? But before that, I think I have to share with you my story in that way, and I know it will be it's going to be long, so I will try to make it short. And well, as I said, I just want to share my experience. I want to in some way get rid of what I am keeping for a long time, because I have been wanting to talk about this since so long, and I think now is the time, considering that this is a new year. Let's start by the beginning. When I was a child, when I was in primary school, actually, I have to say that I was not too much into reading. I don't remember hating reading, but it was not something that I was interested in. But I remember my mom, well, my dad too, but my mom was the one doing the action in this way. She was very concerned about my education. So in those days, she was buying this material for school. And now that I think, it was a huge sacrifice, because we were kind of poor. We didn't have enough, so I think my parents put a lot of effort into my education. So my mom was buying this material, which came together with the newspaper. So you are paying to buy the newspaper, and in addition you have to pay a bit more to get this material for school, and it had a book. So because of that, I had, I think, 4 or 5 different collections of book. Of course, there were books for children. There were very short books, but mm, yeah. But my mom, I think she made a huge effort to buy those books, and I remember my mom had a friend who had a daughter, and that friend was buying another collection, a different collection, and I don't know why, but she decided to leave her books in my house. I don't know why. Maybe she didn't have a space in her own house. I don't know. And it was one of those books that caught my attention. And I think maybe I'm wrong, but one of those books were The Diary of Anne Frank. I don't know if that's the name in English, but you know the book I'm talking about. And I read it, and I think it was a summer when I decided to take it as a challenge that I want to read a book, and then when I was finishing that book, because I had many, I decided to read another one and so on. So I remember reading many books, and I think that was the first time that I was into reading a lot. Then when I was in high school, of course I had to read books for high school, but those books were, well, some were, the classic ones, but some were modern books. Well, in those days, I'm talking about more than 20 years ago. And those books were very expensive. I mean, yeah, they were very expensive. So we didn't have money to buy those books. So the only option, getting the books from the dark side. And because they were popular in the schools, you had the chance to get them in the streets. I know that isn't, I know now, and I knew in those days that it was not correct, but you have to think like this. I mean, in those days, I didn't care about the author. I didn't care about the industry. I didn't care about the book itself. I just wanted to read the book because of the exam, because I have to take a test or have a test. I don't remember. Well, that was the only reason why I was getting the book. So I was not trying to get the book because the book was so interesting. No, just for that. So I didn't see the malice on doing that. Now, when I was in college, I remember that was a different thing. I had to read very, very technical books that they were very difficult to get, either because they were few or because they were extremely expensive. So what can I do, right? Xerox copies. And I'm not sure, you correct me if you know, you can correct me, but I think there is a law around that. I mean, that it's educational institutions, they can have a certain quantity of copies of certain books that are hard to get, or they are very few. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? You can correct me on that, but so in some way it's accepted to have some copies, like Xerox. But in those days, those books were just technical books, so it's not like novels in some way. So maybe in some way it's accepted, but I don't know. You correct me, please, on that. Then when I started working, well, that was a total different thing. I had a chance to get money, to earn money, and of course I could buy books. I could get books from the library where I was working, and I could get books from the library, local library, or the library in my town home. And yeah, I mean, I rediscovered that there was, a library, and yeah, for a long time I was not into books. Okay, I have to say I was not like buying like crazy. No, I was actually buying other things, but I had a chance to get books and read, and I read a lot. And it was the time when I think it's almost 10 years ago, when I discovered BookTube. And I fell in love with the idea. I didn't know that there were people, most of them like teenagers, young adults, who were creating videos about books. And I was like, wow, I want to do this. I have to do this. So I remember I had a channel, and I changed my channel into reading. Into a kind of booktube channel, because I just felt in love with the idea of about creating videos related with reading, because I loved reading, not like crazy, but I love reading. And but at the same time, because of that, I was like, I think I almost did the mistake to fail to fall in the trap of what is booktube. Because let's be honest, booktube change you for good, but at the same time for bad. In those days, I remember, I wanted to be part of booktube, right? I wanted to be part of this group of people, and of course you had to be what's the expression, on trend. So you have to read the books that are popular. And I remember asking in those days, I was asking, hey, what are the books? Which are the books that are popular nowadays? And I think it was Shadow Hunters or something like that. I don't remember the name of the book. And I was tempted to buy those books. In those days, they were very expensive, actually. And I was tempted to buy them just because of the channel, because I wanted to have these books in my channel, right? So people will see you. That's the reality. But fortunately, I didn't do it. I didn't buy them, because I think maybe it was not for me. I mean, the type of book. And I remember it was it was in those days when I found out this dark side on internet, where you can get whatever you want. That's the thing. And yes, to be honest, I became crazy and I got many. I have to be honest, but I got many books from the dark side. Yeah, I admit it. I think I became obsessed with the idea of collection. That's why when I say that I'm a reader more than a collector, because I prefer reading than collecting books, it's not so true, because I think if I have the chance to buy books, I will buy collections of books. So in those days, yeah, I was like collecting like crazy. I don't know why. I haven't even read those books, but I don't know, they look nice and they were at hand. But then what happened was that, after some years, of course, I stopped working, so I didn't have the chance to spend more money in buying books. I didn't have the chance to get books from the library, and not even from the public library. So yeah, in some way I was reading those books from the dark side. And then it was, I think it was like 2 years ago already. Yeah, more than 2 years ago, when I felt the need to start again to create videos um, in booktube, like, you know what, I don't know, I just want to talk about books. I want to share my experience. I want to share my readings with other people who love reading too. So I thought, okay, you know what, I will start this I will start or restart doing videos again. So but then I have this problem because I was not sure if I have to start doing videos in my channel, the one I had, or I create a new channel. So at the end, I decided to create a new channel for a couple of reasons. Um, one reason is because, and I'm talking about this channel, by the way, Libriomer. I decided to create a new channel, and one of the reasons was because, of course, I love reading, and I wanted to share my experience with other people. I wanted to share my knowledge. I wanted to tell, hey, look, this book is awesome, and I think no one knows about it. Maybe you can try. Maybe you can, if you find it, try it. Things like that. And at the same time, another reason was that it's an economical reason. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's not probable, but it's kind of a dream, you know. When you have when you have a channel, you want to have some subscribers, you want to increase the quantity of your subscribers, right? You want to create some kind of what's the word, community, and of course you want to, well, it's the dream, right? Living from what you love. And yeah, when you see that there are some booktubers receiving books from authors, from some publishers, from people, from subscribers, you see Patreon, then of course that's a dream, right? But at the same time, I was like realistic. I mean, in order to become someone like that, it will take me a long time. I'm not funny. I know I'm not funny, so people won't watch me because I'm funny. I know that I'm not expert in anything. I just wanted to share what I was enjoying. So I was realistic, and I knew that creating a channel for an economic reason was not the answer. But in some way, I was thinking, what if I create something different? What if I love drawing, I love painting. Maybe I can do that and use the channel as a way to promote, right? So those were the reasons. And another thing that maybe you have noticed is, that's why you are not showing your face. Now, the thing, I'm not shy in the way of showing my face, but in some way I wanted to start all over again. I wanted to create this new channel. So if people come to my channel and they stay, it's because they like it, they enjoy it, or in some way they share the same feelings towards reading like me. So if they will stay, it's not because of my face, right? It's not that I'm handsome, by the way. I'm not handsome, but I don't know. I just wanted to be in some way anonymous, not to be to have a free will to say whatever I want now, but at least to be at least more or less anxious about sharing. I don't know, different things related with books. So those were the reasons. But I felt it was not correct to create a channel and promote books, because imagine in the future, if you say, okay, what if this channel grows and then in the future there are more people, and then you can put some links and you can say, hey, you can buy this book, right, in Amazon, whatever. But I felt it was not correct if I will promote a book that I have read from the dark side and then say, hey, but you if you want to read it, go to this page and you can buy it. It felt wrong, right? But I was still feeling I wanted to create something, and it's sad because I don't have the chance to get all the books I have, or I want, and they're great books, and then when I have read them, I want to share with other people. Hey, look, this book is awesome, but it's hard, right? If you get books from the dark side. Now, I want to wash my hands in some way. I'm not promoting anything, okay? I'm not saying you have to do what I do. You are free to do whatever you want, by the way. You are free to do whatever you want. And I'm not promoting anything. And as you can see, I have books. When I have the chance to buy books, of course, they are second-hand books because it's expensive. It's too much expensive. Some months ago, I was calculating and I was thinking that a person who gets the minimum amount of money as a salary can just buy, I don't know, like 5 books, modern or the new releases, right? Because they are very expensive and the salary is so low. So, so when I created the channel, I felt like, oh, where to do that? But I created the channel anyway. And you can say, wait a minute, June, just to be clear, then what about the books you're uploading into your channel? Are they from the dark side too? Well, the thing is that, and to be honest, all of the books I want to read or have read in some way come from the dark side. Yeah. But when I created the channel, I felt like, no, it's not correct, right? So at the same time, when I created the channel, I thought, I want to do a channel that is, at least there's something on it that is this. How can I say that? The strength of the channel must be something. And I was thinking in a series of books. And then it was when I found out that this word series was available in the library. By the way, some, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, I think it was by the time I started the channel, I rediscovered, because I knew it, but I haven't thought of it, that I can actually get books from the library from my country through internet. So I can read them like ebooks. And that's why I discovered that I can get all of the books except for a couple of them from the This World series. So all of the books I have read, I could get them from the library. And that's why I decided, okay, I will read This World and I will start uploading books or reviews of books from this series. And in some way I feel bad because I have read books that are coming from the dark side and they are so good and no one knows them, and it's sad because there is no other way, at least for me, to get those books. For instance, if you check my channel, you will see that the video with most views is this review of The Multicolored Land by Julian May, which I thought, as a joke, that no one knew about this book, and actually is the video with most viewed video in my channel, and the video that has more comments, and there is no one no one that says that that book is bad or terrible. The contrary, they say everyone says that that series is amazing, right? And I have that series. Yes, coming from the dark side, but to my defense, I have the original from from that series, the first book, and that's the only book, video I have from that series. And so yes, I have many books from the dark side, but I think except two, maybe three, two, all of the videos that I have uploaded are books that are either that I have bought them or that I have got them from the library. And as I said, I'm not promoting anything. You are free to do whatever you want to do. You know what is good, you know what is bad. But in some way, I wanted to share with you this because it was something that it was bothering me in some way. Because yes, I have many books here. In the latest, I think, yeah, in the latest video, I showed you the books that I have to read. They are in my TBR. I have more books that I have read, and I have even more books at home. So yeah, I love books. I love buying books. I love reading books from the library, especially because unfortunately they are very expensive. So the only way you can get them is by either secondhand books or in the library. But if you want to read the latest one, the new release, it's almost impossible. You have to wait, right? So I wanted to share my experience too, because I know that not every reality, not every person has the same experience. I know that, for instance, my friends from USA, they have the chance to get many books very cheap from secondhand books, bookstores, or sometimes they are getting books from the library. So yeah, they are fortunate, what's the word, lucky or blessed that they have chance to get books. But in my case, my reality was a bit different. It was not easy. As you can see, my family was very poor and it was hard for me. And I was just thinking that it was hard to get books for the school. I'm not even considering buying new releases in those days. So yeah, it was difficult. It was hard, but it doesn't wash away that is incorrect or that is wrong. So yeah, I just wanted to start this year telling you my experience and telling you what's going on behind the camera in some way, because I think it's the correct thing to do, and to be honest and to tell my experience. But again, I'm not promoting anything. I'm not promoting anything. You are free to do whatever you want, but I would like to know what you think about it. I know it's a complex topic, so yeah, I was doubting actually in doing this video, but I think I need it and I wanted to do it. So yeah, that's it. That's the first video for the year. I like this way of creating videos, although it's not what probably you want. You want to see the person more than having a podcast style video in the channel, but it's easier for me to record like this and share what I think and my opinion too about certain topics. So that's it, friends. Whatever you have to say, please leave it in a comment. I love or I enjoy reading comments. Um, and if you can share your own experience, it will be awesome too. Yeah, that's it. I hope that Uncle YouTube doesn't get mad at me and I can continue creating videos, because I don't know what's going to happen next. But but let's see. Let's see. Okay, I hope to see you in a new video. Yeah, I hope to start creating more, because last year uh, I I just uploaded 3 videos. That's terrible. But I didn't stop reading. Now I have many books to read, and well, I hope to continue sharing my passion for reading with you. So that's it for now. I hope to see you in the next video. Always take care, please, especially in these times. All right. I hope to create more videos this year, hopefully. And yeah, thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.